So the campaigns roll on, and President Trump's going to be in Pennsylvania, where local union leaders are calling out Joe Biden for claiming to have received their endorsement when they say he has not. Watch this.
A member of the Boilermakers Local 154, Sean Stepney, was quoted in the New York Times today saying, you can't have it both ways. He says you can't meet your goal to end fossil fuels without ending fracking. What do you say to people like Sean who doubt your denial because they think you want to keep that promise?
Tell them the Boilermakers overwhelmingly endorsed me, okay? So the Boilermakers unions endorsed me because I sat down with them in great detail with the leadership exactly what I would do.
Okay, so they say that's odd because the Boilermakers Local 154 says that that is not true and that they actually endorsed President Trump. So joining me now is the man who was mentioned in that exchange, Sean Stepney, Boilermakers Local 154 Executive Board Trustee. Sean, thanks for being here tonight. So how did you become aware of that exchange? Were you watching it when it happened? And what went through your mind?
First, Martha, thanks for having me on the show. And I was at another political function and my phone started going off and I wasn't sure what was going on. And then when I realized what happened, I could not believe what I was hearing because I'm our political chair on our LEAP committee, and I know that I was at the Latrobe rally with my business manager, John Hughes, and 100 members when we gave President Donald Trump our endorsement out of Local 154 in Pittsburgh.
So what do you think he was talking about? He said he sat down with the Boilermakers. Could it be another Boilermaker group in Pennsylvania that is separate from yours?
Could not tell you. I know he did not sit down with Local 154. I know that Local 237 in Connecticut, business manager Chris O'Neill endorsed President Trump, and Local 28 in New Jersey, James Chu endorsed Trump. Okay. Other than that, I don't know anyone else that is endorsed candidate Biden.
So have you reached out to them to clarify this, or did they reach out to you to get did you ask for an apology, a retraction, a correction?
No, we would just like to know who he talked to because he sure didn't talk to any of us. And I know we've talked to President Trump's staff members and, moving forward when we gave our endorsement to him.
All right. Well, I'm going to play this because I think, this is a little bit based on what you said at the heart of some of the decisions that have been made by unions like yourselves. This is a back and forth with Biden and Harris on the issue of fracking, which is obviously of great significance in Western Pennsylvania. Watch this.
Would there be any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated and no more subsidies for either one of those.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
I make it clear I do not propose banning fracking.
Joe Biden will not ban fracking. That is a fact.
So, that's a little confusing. That's a confusing message that you heard there.
It's real confusing, Martha. And listen, the Boilermakers in Pittsburgh, Local 154, we're fossil fuel driven. We build gas and coal-fired power plants. We maintain them. We play a large role in building petrochemical plants like the one in Monaca. We work on refineries, paper mills. So that's our bread and butter. I don't know where former Vice President Biden stands on where he is at with fossil fuels and his Green New Deal or a crucial framework, he's calling it, but he is flip-flopped. President Donald Trump is not flip-flopped. He's embraced the fossil fuels. He's embraced our energy independence, and he knows what it takes to move forward in this country with manufacturing. You cannot have manufacturing without a good, reliable electricity generation that's produced by fossil fuels. We got to have it. We can't have just renewables to make up the difference. It's just not possible. And for all them naysayers out there that want to, tout the renewable industry, I'm not against solar or wind. But let's face it, they cannot even be conceived or exist without fossil fuels. Okay? We got to have it. Let's just take, for instance, China. They're building coal-fired power plants right now, and so is Indonesia, India, Japan, all these countries. It's not because they need electricity. It's because they need electricity to fuel their manufacturing. They are an economic leader in manufacturing, and if we're going to bring it back to this country, we got to do the same. And President Trump understands that, and he knows what we got to do here, and we got to do it in Pennsylvania. We have the largest natural gas reserve. We got coal. We can be doing it right here, and we can do it environmentally friendly with technologies like carbon capture, and we can do it to eliminate our CO2 emissions. It's possible.
So let me ask you one more question before I let you go, sir. What's your sense of Pennsylvania? Right now, the former Vice President Joe Biden is polling slightly ahead in Pennsylvania. What's your feel on the ground there?
Well, Martha, I drive all over Western Pennsylvania, and I live in rural Pennsylvania. And I mean, if any indication is like signs that you're seeing on houses, I don't see how President Trump is behind. I just don't see it. But I mean, I'm not a, political analyst. I'm not an environmentalist. I know I'm a Boilermaker, and the Boilermakers want to move forward in this country and bring back our jobs in the manufacturing sector. And it's going to take a good electricity, fossil fuels that make this happen. And we're ready to do that. And I mean, moving forward, this is what everybody politically needs to figure out, because if you would just ask all these political figures that, want the Green New Deal, every one of them enjoys the luxury of fossil fuels. They enjoy it because their whole life depends on it. Down every day when they wake up and hit the light switch, it's because of fossil fuels. From their makeup to their clothing to their vehicles to the tires on their cars to their shoes to antibiotics, medications, PPE, everything is derived from fossil fuels and the natural gas industry. So what are we doing? Let's move forward. Let's go.